swim again. Jimmy! He's camera shy. What are you doing? What Daddy doing? Can you not just tip him in?
Normally I do that with a shoebox, and I stole a shoebox to put my markers in. No, that wasn't funny. Jimmy fits in his food bowl, that's what I use.
Going downstairs on a mattress. Who's farted?
Not me! What's in my home?
3, 2, 1.
Oh my god!
So I think we've proven that Mummy makes it too heavy.
No, that won't go down her
Let
own.
me try on my own and will it be funny?
No, we'll see when it works up again. That was the fastest. We're making fudge today. Right. Let's commence.
We're building sand sculptures. It's arts and crafts and hot cordial.
And you guys, this is a vlog.
What did I get? Did I win?
Yeah, and I got 37, but you got 13.
Yay! I won! Pardon? It's windy. I think me and a lot of the population are really struggling now. It used to be like one day a week, and now it's every day. You have a peak of just real depression of when will this be over? Is it ever going to be over? And just the feeling of feeling sick, really. Bugger. Turn that off. Yeah. A real feeling of just waking up and feeling that really dark feeling and that sick feeling of I've got to do this all over again and there's no end. And it's very similar to when I think when the little ones were little, and you just it's horrible. You know, I love being with them. They're really good, and they're being really good, and that's part of it. You just feel so bad that they've got to, you know, they need to be with their friends, they need to have that stimulation. And I just worry about what it's going to be like when they go back to school, how they're going to cope. But they need it. They need to go back and have that interaction. It's kind of, I don't know, I just feel depressed, and I know that I'm not the only one, and there's no end to it. It's just shit, basically, just pure and utter shit. I think I do, you know, we do things that are enjoyable. It's funny, it's like up and down in the daytime. It was lovely on the beach this morning. It's just hard work, and it's same day in, day out. With no end. It's the no end. If you knew it had an end, it would be different. But it doesn't.
Now stands at 30,883. That's an increase of 286 fatalities since yesterday. When measured by a 7-day rolling average, the daily number of deaths currently stands at 216, down from a peak of 943 on the 14th of April. And the fifth slide, please.
Wait until the next peak.
The fifth slide shows the deaths where coronavirus was confirmed or suspected reported by the Office for National Statistics. These figures take probably longer to compile than the daily figures as they're drawn or death certificates. They include not just deaths confirmed with a positive occurrence. Since the start of the outbreak, 62% of registered COVID-19 deaths have occurred in hospitals and 31% have occurred in care homes. At the start of this crisis, we took the necessary steps of closing vast numbers of shops, all but those we regarded as essential to try and stop the spread of coronavirus and protect the public. That was the right decision, even though there is no escaping the hardships it will have caused for businesses and their staff. To support those workers, the 5 tests set out in the Prime Minister's roadmap, and the RA continues to stay below 1. So I can confirm today that retail outlets which have been required to be closed will be able to open their doors again from Monday, the 15th of June.
Should we put it on there? Should we try and move it over and see if it falls over?
Got a mini whisk. Whisk. For a mini pan. Scary. On that one. We need to pop the bubbles.
Well, let's put this in. Maybe it will.
We're doing that after the scones come.
You just go down, see?
Oh, yeah. Lendy's pie. Great for Lendy's.
Okay, it's there.
Yep, it's there.
Carefully remove that. The
What was there? Some paper on fire.
Well, it won't because it's greaseproof paper and it goes in the oven. Can you pass me that fork?
I know.
It's got bubbles.
How's the, what is it, toffee? What have you made?
Why not?
It should be soft toffee, chocolate, vanilla, soft
Chocolate
toffee.
vanilla?
I put the thing under the tap. Have a taste test. It's crunchy, but it's super good.
Oh, it's crunchy. Shouldn't be crunchy when it's soft boiled. Feeling a little better today. I think it's just making new plans all the time. So new plan is to kind of go out and do stuff now. I think there's a serious discussions everywhere about getting kids back to school, and it's a bit weird. Well, it's not weird, but they're opening shops and even theme parks, but not schools. I think, you know, it's going to have such a detrimental effect on lots of children and adults. Not getting them back to school, and it's strange. The government is obviously prioritising the economy over children. It's a close balance thing, but personally I think children would be more important, and there's probably less risk them being in schools than there is going to shops. Don't know. It is a hard one. Anyway, Hetty's made cheese scones, so we're going to go and have a picnic in the car because it's raining. God, I can hear them. I bet they're doing the latest thing the last couple of days has been mattress fun. Oh, Hetty.
What, do you want us to go down the mattress?
Well, I was just going to see if that's what you were doing.
We're the mattress team.
This is a new Olympic sport.
Yeah.
Mattress racing.
Get out.
Like the picnic I had in mind.
But I like it eating in the car.
Do you?
Don't you?
I guess. I've got a big steering wheel in front of me.
Do you have a good
Can you open yours? Want me to open it?
I don't understand. I'm going to have another spoon. This one's really chunky. No one likes a chunky spoon.
You what?
You what?
You what? You said something.
Yeah, probably me. So I'll pick him up from fudge. Whatever you call it. Are you filming me? Yes, you are. It's started to rain now. I think all you hear in that film is Benji chewing. Ugh. How do you just like saliva all over the place? Like that TikTok filter. Helmet. Safety. And scone. So then, for where should I put like to give them a little bit of a clue where?
No, we just say.
Because then they'll be
Do
like,
we write in a shop or something like that?
Yeah, yeah.
Doing a video. Gonna go and get it. Oh, it's sewing bee tonight, isn't it?
Damn it, there's no hood. Just remember that.
Oh, maybe.
That hit me. Say that.
We come out today on a lovely walk to Firestone Copse. Haven't been here for ages. And it's really nice coming out with a friend and her children who we met last week. It's nice because we're friends and we're friends with her children, like Hetty's friends with her daughter and Benji's friends with his son. It's raining, but it's actually quite warm. We did hear thunder earlier. Better put you away because it's really raining now. I think it was.
Prevent future coronavirus outbreaks developing. A new system for England was launched 2 weeks ago. Now we have some details of how it's working. In the first week, 2/3 of those testing positive handed over details of people they'd recently been in contact with.
Save lives.
Are you a bit concerned that with 1/3 of people who tested positive, for whatever reason, you couldn't get details of recent contact?
I think that the system has worked well, and to get to
It doesn't make sense to me because if you know who you've been in contact with and you know the names, you could just tell them yourself. And if you don't know the people, you probably don't know their names, and therefore how can you give the names to be traced?
Here's how contact tracing works. If I test positive for the virus, I'd be contacted by officials by phone or email and asked who I'd met up with in recent days.
Yeah, but I would just know it was like the people I go swimming with, and I'd go, oh, Sandy, can you tell everybody that I go swimming with that I've tested positive? And Mum, can you, and Sarah,
I might have been in meetings with, or a wider circle of recent contacts. All that would then be assessed by a clinical team, and those people might be contacted and told to self-isolate for 14 days. Testing is carried out at drive-through centres, at locations visited by mobile teams, and in hospitals.
where's our drive-through centre? Is it still at Medina?
Positive is sent to health officials who find out more about.
She's still had a test with all that.
Don't know. He hasn't said.
Josie, she's working from home in Redcar.
Everybody that I've spoke to has been more than happy to share the information that they need, and at the moment I've only had people that have had a couple of contacts or, you know, a handful, but I guess once lockdown measures ease, then maybe we will see more contacts.
How many I'd
The
have?
tracers have to follow up the
1,
contacts.
2,
Some who wish to remain anonymous have told us they've had
36,
very little work to
7,
do.
It's not right.
8,
Nothing. I think the time could be better spent.
9,
Confusion about the system.
9
What to do,
adults.
what advice to give, and to say to Will, beating is a bit of a joke.
In a similar system in Scotland, there's an average of 1.5 contacts traced for each case. Northern Ireland were the first to be launched in the UK, and Wales also have testing and tracing programmes. The authorities in England say the system works, but it's early days, and there's more to do to reach a wider public. Hugh Pym, BBC News.
Businesses across Britain are calling for the 2-metre social distancing rule to be relaxed and reduced to just 1 metre to help the economy recover and allow more schools to reopen. Downing Street says it's being kept under review. Our business editor Simon Jack looks at the difference it could make.
Morning coffee at the Black Goo Cafe in Tring, Hertfordshire comes with a complimentary, compulsory.
Willow! Godfrey, you've got bloody loads of the sofa. You keep jabbing your paws in my bum.
She would love to welcome her loyal customers
Pain
back
in the
inside,
bum.
but can't see it happening.
It's so much. And a tiny bit more. Popcorn with improved lid. Check on it for me.
It's hot. Oh. Should we move it across to
Yeah, you can do that.
the other side?
Okay, I'll wait till this cheese.
This is Hessie's speciality soup. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Omi. Happy birthday to you. Don't forget to use a candle snuffer.
Is it going to do something? Is it?
Yeah, we'll snuff it out. There you go.
Oh, I thought it was going to go bang.
No.
Now
Yay!
let's eat the cake.
Happy birthday, Omi.
Thank you. That's lovely.
The UK economy shrank by more than a fifth in April. That's the largest monthly contraction ever recorded in our first full month in lockdown. The slump of 20.4% in economic growth is 3 times larger than that seen during the whole of the financial crisis 12 years ago. The Office for National Statistics says it's affected almost all areas of economic activity, with house building and car manufacturing particularly badly hit.
Figures out today for England and Wales show a range of death rates linked to COVID-19 between March and May. They're adjusted for differing age profiles in each area. In England, in the northeast, the figure was just over 97 per 100,000 of population. In London, the highest, it was 137 per 100,000 of population, and the lowest in England was the southwest, with just over 41. In Wales, the highest area, once again a big city, was Cardiff at 125 per 100,000 deaths. Wales as a whole, at 67, was below England. The figures showed death rates in the most deprived areas were a lot higher than in the wealthiest parts of the country. In England, more than twice as high.
There is a higher death rate from COVID amongst people who, for example, work in unskilled labour, and it's quite likely that there are higher proportions of people in that nature of work in deprived areas. Similarly, we know that actually if you're in an area with high population density, it's harder to...
So there's lots of factors, isn't there? There's poor nutrition,
Poor
health, living on top of each other, living closer to each other, and probably not... working in more dangerous situations, and probably not understanding the importance of good hygiene and what you're, like the social distancing and lockdown, I
In
think.
Scotland and Northern Ireland, there are no comparable figures for death rates adjusted for age demographics. There'll be a lot more research on health inequalities, prevalence among BAME communities,
I think they're probably
and underlying conditions.
poor nutrition would have a massive, probably more likely to be obese, probably more likely to smoke.
QPIM, BBC News.
Monday, face coverings will be mandatory on public transport in England. Transport operators will be able to refuse permission to travel to those who are not wearing a face covering, and it could lead
I can't believe they've taken so long to do this.
Grant chaps confirmed that
Yeah, but it still was, again, the WHO weren't saying you should have face coverings.
No, so why do it now? So either have done it at the start when there was lots of it about, or I don't know. Look at that tail go.
Shall I film the toilet scene? Just the umbrella.
Conundrums between the Education Secretary, Gavin Williamson, and the
What did you want to use it for? Drinking or just to do something with it?
What I find odd about this, Ben, is that we had all along, we've got to get our
Are we
children back to
filming?
school, and then we had some of the unions and indeed a lot of parents as well saying, but is it safe?
For the
We
frozen
don't want our
lolly?
kids go back to school.
We should just get
And
one
when Gavin
bottle of that.
Williamson caves in and says, okay, we'll slow it down a bit, everybody's
Orange.
saying we've got to get
Right,
our
and then
children
what? We want
educated.
frozen lollies.
I
then.
don't know that, so we have to get our kids back into school because, as Anne Longfield points out in the Observer this morning, if we don't, then
Can't get those lollies.
never mind social distancing, it'll be
We get rocket
it will
lollies.
be it's the whole of society. It'll all be kids who are behind will fall further behind, won't be able to catch up. So something needs to be done to get these kids back into school as soon as possible.
Well, Sunday Telegraph
We not got any.
suggesting
No,
primary
it's
and
not
start
blue. We used it all in the paddling pool to
Did
make
you?
it blue. Yeah.
So I think it's mad that you can go shopping but they can't go to school.
Retail. Of course, they're now opening the non-essential shops tomorrow.
No.
Why can't they give people the strawberries? Because they can't afford them. Like poor families and homeless people.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh,
Wouldn't that be nice? But I suppose they need to make their money because otherwise they'll go bankrupt and then they'll never be able to make strawberries ever again.
Let's buy them all.
being with us. Thank you, Sierra
Good day.
and David.
Well, you've got to buy that spray one. I don't think
Suppose it ought to
it's
fit up
spray,
really.
well then you can do the thing where you put it on your back of your hand and you go like that and try getting your mouth.
28-year-old man.
Stop it. Can you put that badge in my foot down?
Essex. That's
It looks
suspicion of
good.
outraging public decency after a man was photographed apparently urinating next to the memorial outside the House of Westminster.
I know, that's horrible,
dedicated
that.
to PC Keith Palmer. He was the officer.
People have just taken it as an excuse to be
Well, these are just thugs.
arseholes.
They're not. These are just thugs. They're all football thugs.
That's what I'm saying. They're just
I only pee in bushes
arseholes.
and
There was it in America
that
that the people set fire to a homeless man's mattress.
Pardon?
In America, that people set fire to the homeless man's mattress.
Well, I hope they bought him a new one. Let's see what the weather forecast is like.
You filming?
If you film me, you have to pay me.
Yeah, we could sue you. You never asked you to
Weather.
for us to be in films.
Sue me then.
Okay, so you film me then.
Me and Hazel will see you in court this evening.
So it's going to be quite stubborn again for some areas during the course
Look at him, film him. He looks really funny.
What are you doing? Do you want a bash? You want a bash?
He's got marbles stuck in there.
Looks like it's going to be dry.
You want a bash? You want a bash?
Hell, Benji.
Oh, this won't hurt. I need to get my Lego gun
One or two
back.
isolated ones from Northern Ireland, Scotland, as well as that cloud gets burnt back to the coast. But winds near them, hail, frequent lightning that they will leave overnight. And by that stage, we're finding that low cloud.
But Monday.
Monday.
Oh, well, we're sorting Monday.
That's still with us, that area of low pressure through Monday. In fact, will be through Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, which means a similar setup, but the detail of where the showers will be is quite difficult.